And then my microphone pickup decided it wasn't going to work either. What I said was there might be a double murder. Now there might be a triple murder. I might murder a person at OBS, murder a person at Streamlabs, and murder a person at Roadcast, at Road as well. All right?
Going well.
Honestly, it wasn't muted. My mic slider is in the right place, but for some reason the digital slider decided to be all right at the bottom. I spotted it instantly. Oh my fucking god. We are slightly late today because Streamlabs sent me through a bunch of steps to follow just before we go live to fix the membership tracker. I've followed the steps. I have no idea if it's going to work. I'd imagine it won't. But we'll try. Followed the steps, turned on OBS, audio monitor not working. Good start. I almost just cancelled the stream, I'll be honest. Finally ordered myself the Emperor's Champion for my Templars and took a detour and bought some CSM. Sounds good. Sounds good. So yeah, I nearly rage quit today. I was like, nope, not today. Not today. I've had an okay day. I don't want it. I don't want OBS and Streamlabs and now Road to ruin the day. But we're here, chat. We're here for a hobby stream where I won't be hobbying.
I'm hobbying.
Luce is hobbying. She can't see the screen, by the way. So if you want to say anything to her, you'll have to do it either via, what's his name? Mr. the Man. Brian, thank you. Or... Nope, didn't fix it. Good old Streamlabs. Follow these steps, it'll fix it. Didn't fix it. Fucking fed up.
What's your plan?
I don't know. I've had enough of this, to be honest. I don't know what to do now. I've also I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've downscaled the stream to 1440p just to see if it stops it from crashing constantly whilst you're watching. Because 4K might be overloading and that might be the problem. Unbelievable. Hey ho, right. So today we're going to talk about some hobbying stuff. I was sat the other week. What day was it? I don't know. Like a week ago, maybe. And I quite happily just sat here and built myself a bunch of 8-bound that we had in boxes in the studio that I hadn't yet built. And I realised that the kind of theorying and putting together of a list is 100% probably, and then building that list is then probably 100% my favourite part of the hobby on the whole. I really love the playing. I actually quite enjoy the painting when I get into it. But actually, it's just that theory crafting, constructing, putting it together and having a full army on the table and going, yeah, that makes sense as a force. That I think is probably my favourite part, if I'm honest with you. Seeing it come to life. The painting obviously helps it come to life, but I've got to be in the mood for that, so I can't call that my favourite part. I very much enjoy the playing, but quite often I can take it or leave it. Quite often I can turn around and be like, I don't want to play today. I'm not really bothered about playing. But building and crafting and list making, it doesn't necessarily need to be converting either, or any of this complex stuff that people do with like green stuff and modelling clay, etc. It's probably my favourite part. But I just... I thought I'd put the question out to you guys. Like, what's your favourite part? What's the thing that you love the most? The most fun part of Warhammer is the stream title. We can just sit and have a chat about that. Hey everybody, thank you for joining us. Anyway, you wonderful people. If you haven't already, please make sure you smash all the YouTube buttons for us. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Smash subscribe if you haven't already. Those numbers are growing again, which is impressive. And hit that bell notification icon if you're already notified every single time we go live or drop a new video. Equally, if you become a member of the channel, or you get yourself gifted a membership, you can get yourself into the Discord server, exclamation mark Discord to get in there. And once you're in there, you can hit a reaction roll and it'll tell you every time we go live, drop a new video, or schedule a stream. It also showcases when the gaming channel goes live as well, on the very, 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 very rare occasion that it happens. But Verdansk is coming back to Warzone soon, and Joe and I are interested. So 2 of the best friends might get back to playing a little bit of Warzone here and there, but I wouldn't want to promise you a regular stream because it won't be that. I don't have the time or capacity to make it a regular thing. So building headcanon lore, painting, gaming in that order. Interesting. All grey names. There is a bunch of grey names in chat if you wanted to get gifting. Now my bot still isn't working. I'm going to have to go back to Streamlabs now, like I have to YouTube, and essentially turn to them in a slightly polite way on email and say, please stop being useless cunts. Starting to break me. Honestly. Lara, thank you for 5 gifted. You beautiful human being. I saw your Lego flowers in Discord earlier as well. I like Lego flowers. They look really pretty. Thank you for 5 gifted. You're a legend. I will go in and manually update it again. I don't know what I have to do. I wonder if the thingy has done the stuff. Rachel from Streamlabs. Permissions.
List building for me is the most fun for me.
List building is something that in this edition I thought had died for me a little bit, but now that the game's in a pretty good place, I suggest that it's back to being a thing that I quite like. Amber, thank you for 1 gifted.
List making, meeting new nerds, creating terrain.
Meeting you nerds. Right, interesting. I'm live finding now, by the way. Thank you so much, Dave, for the 2, by the way. You're a legend. What a hero. Amber, thank you for that 1 gifted. I'll update Streamlabs right now.
My favourite part of the hobby is interacting with you crazy bastards.
I can't... How do I... Interesting. I might have found part of the problem. Doing it live, alright? Because I'm so annoyed by it, I'm just going to look. Account settings. Platforms. YouTube is merged. But YouTube doesn't recognise that it's merged. Eh? Platforms. So YouTube is saying that it's now merged and we're logged into Streamlabs, but in YouTube's third-party apps and services connection section, we're getting technical now, it doesn't have Streamlabs here at all. It has any account access, Discord, Elgato, Mac, Windows, Shop. That's it. I don't understand. Well, at least I got something I can go back with her and say, so I did what you said and you've made it worse. Thanks. Alex, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Stick Monkey, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, people.
The most fun part of the hobby for me is listening to Lucy's Awooga.
It's pretty good.
No bonus Awooga?
Ooga!
Thank you, you wonderful humans, for 24 members. You're legends. Right, I'm back on chat now. I can read what you say. The most fun thing about Warhammer is watching Liam stress over YouTube. I don't get it. I don't understand. So all this stuff, when I first set it up, it all just works.
Need to add, coming up with meme lists and finding them better than they deserve to be 12 dreadnoughts, 120 Necron warriors, 60 jump pack troops, etc.
All 3 of those lists sound great though. Ronan L, thank you for the $5, man. What a legend. They all sound great. They all sound like fun things. Yeah, every time I put one of these things in, I don't know if you guys know, when I first put the membership tracker on YouTube, it just worked. Everything worked like it should. And then the audio mixer, the way I set it all up, all worked straight away. When I've been streaming for years. We've not had crashes on YouTube. I want to know, by the way, if any of you get all snap crashes on YouTube tonight, because I've downscaled it to 1440 to see if it solves the problem. So I'm operating here in 4K, but it's going out in 1440 to try and solve that issue, which is fine for talking heads, I think. But I really don't want to be doing 1440 for games.
I love a good conversion. Currently sanding Chaos Knight armor for my House Griffith Knights. The spikes look like dragon fangs and tie in
That
amazingly.
sounds cool as shit. I wish I was better at converting. Evan, thank you for 5 gifted. I wish I was better at converting, honestly. If I'm kit bashing Space Marines, I'm okay, but if I'm converting anything else, I can't stand it. I can't just freeball it. Do you do any free, like your knitting and sewing and shit? Do you ever freeball it, or do you always following some sort of pattern or instruction?
No, I'm a bit of a completionist.
Yeah.
So I can't.
You got to follow a pattern.
Yeah.
I have to.
My favorite part is losing but pretending I won.
Tomorrow, Sean. Tomorrow. If people want to stick more postcards in about that, you're welcome to. But I've got opinions.
I think
I was pretty keen to call amnesty and just leave it alone now, and then someone acted like a fucking cock. So, you know, go on. You think you what?
I think if I could guarantee the maths of the knitting, and I knew it would come out fine, then I might go rogue. But I'd have to like guarantee the maths of it.
I think for me with kit bashing models, it's like, so you say guaranteeing the maths of it. I think it's similar. So I think if I was kit bashing, if you're kit bashing like Space Marines and you've got a flat surface where an arm sticks on and a flat surface that an arm sticks to, it's a pretty safe bet that arm's going to fit on that torso.
Yeah.
So you can go, well, I don't want to use those weapons. I want to use these weapons. I don't want to use those bits. I want to use these bits. And that's cool. What a lot of people do, Joe specifically, for example, they do a lot of cutting and chopping to make arms fit or hands fit or weapons fit. The problem I have with that is if you cut and chop and it doesn't fit or it goes wrong, you might have just buggered a £30 kit.
Yeah.
And a lot of people go, oh, you still fix it. That demoralizes me immediately. So I can't. I have to follow instructions.
Yeah, there's too much dopamine at stake.
Yeah,
I
there is.
can't.
Literally.
That's got my name all over it.
When I was building these 8-bound chat the other week, I discovered that there's a couple of arms that fit on a different torso, so you don't have to have the same 8-bound model all the way through, right?
Hi, I'm joined first on this stream too.
I will take the money, Andrew. Keep them coming. Thank you so much for the $2, dude. So I found that a couple of arms would work on different models and stuff, which is cool, right? Oh my god, what's going on here? Which I was happy with. Brilliant, cool, sweet, happy days. And I messaged Tom then, and I was like, I didn't realise Tom's the guy who won the RTT yesterday, for clarity.
Woo!
And I didn't realise that I messaged Tom. I didn't realise some of the 8-bound arms fit on. Well, they're interchangeable.
My favorite part is not staying until the awards ceremony of a tournament because I lost my last game.
You lot are fucking arseholes and I love you.
My actual favorite part are the friends I've made.
I mean, yeah, I guess if we're going to include that, Sean, I think for a lot of people that'd be it. I think that would legitimately be it. So yeah, so I messaged Tom and I was like, you know, I didn't realise the 8-bound arms were interchangeable. He's like, yeah, makes the kit much nicer. What he fails to tell me is they're not actually interchangeable. Not all the arms fit on all the torsos. Some of the arms fit on some of the other torsos, and I had a fucking right stroke. I think my vein was popping out of my forehead. Was I was trying to put some of those kits together to make them fit and work, and I was like, the arm doesn't quite fit because the leg's in the way, and I got pretty stressed about it. Because then when you've glued some arms on one model and gone, oh, he works, and you go next to the next model, and you go, there isn't a right arm that fits this guy now. What the fuck? I got quite stressed about it, but we made it work in the end. But I don't like that level of stress. Like, I might have buggered a kit, and I might have wasted 30, 40 quid on a set of models now because I can't actually make a full squad, blah, 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 right? We got through it. It was stressful, but we got through it. But yeah, that was... I can't be that guy. I can't just kit bash. How many of you, 150 people watching, right? How many of you people are into kit bashing when it comes to hacking and sawing and cutting and clipping and maybe filling with green stuff? How many people do that? Not like, I don't mean just like take one arm from one Space Marine, stick on another Space Marine. I mean like actual, like chopping bits up conversion work. I'm interested.
I like repurposing a lot.
Oh, so taking something that no longer has a use because it's got a hole in it, but turning it into something else.
Yeah, so nothing's ever really a loss.
The real first place is the friends we made along the way.
Joint. That's joint first, Andy. Thank you for the 5. Sorry, I missed what you said there because there's another one about to come through.
Love everything about this hobby. Currently working on 4 8th Night and Avatar list. Winning is a happy accident.
4 Wraith Knights and Avatar list. I love that. I love that a lot. Thank you for the 5. Oh, it's come through.
You've seen my conversions. It's stressful but rewarding.
I have, and they are beautiful. It's too much stress for me for the hobby. Far too stressful for me for the hobby. I've done bits to make a demon prince more unique and fit my 1000 on me, but can't way I'm any way a pro at it. Oh, I'm not anywhere near a pro at it, Matt, to be honest with you. It's a hard choice. I took a Primaris Librarian and mashed it with the old Watchmaster. $120 for the 2 models, only to make 1. I know, yeah, exactly. I enjoy making terrain out of random bits, but not on the models themselves. See, Dave posted something in the Thanes recently about him making terrain, which looks incredible. I just can't. I don't have the creativity for that either. It sounds weird to say this, right? As a person who plays Warhammer as his hobby, has 4 YouTube channels, I don't feel like I have the creativity to do that. It's an odd thing to say that I wouldn't consider myself an overly creative person.
I think you're creative, but there is power and creativity within the lines of the instruction, if you get what I mean. So not everybody can just go off on their own tangent. You do need people to follow the project.
Yeah.
I'd say I've done moderate conversions. Lot of work.
Thank you for the $2. Everyone. Wait, 4 YouTube channels. I've only found this in the bike one. I've got 4. Yeah, I guess. I just like, even within the realms of YouTube and videos, I see the way that some people create content. And there's a thing in the content world, right, called B-roll. And B-roll is taking footage that you're going to probably put some music over or talk over, and normally it's like a nice panning kind of slow motion shot, and it could be of a room of people playing games or blah 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 blah. There's loads of B-roll stuff, right? It's not normally the main focus of the content. Perhaps you're doing like an interview and you've got this thing that you put over the top of it to show people what they're talking about. And you know, I just fucking can't get my head in a space where I'm capturing B-roll thinking that'll look good in a video. Like I said, oh, I got a fucking all snaps despite the fact that I'm streaming out in 1440. Good. YouTube still dog shit as well. And I can't be in that mindset. There's a friend of mine who used to run a video production company. I think he still does it on occasion. And like he'd be thinking, we're going to get some of this footage and we'll get some of that footage, and that'll look good if we put it in about this part of the video. And I'm like, how can you think that far ahead? How have you already structured this video in your head? How have you done that? So what I have to do is I have to basically capture fucking random footage and then try and mash it together at the end into something that's mildly competent. And I'm not very good at that, to be fair.
I guess that's where you find the guy that is good.
What's this creator goal thing? Is this a scam? I have 150 left to characters to use. I'm join the Thanes with Thanes. We have book clubs and Excel spreadsheets. Tally ho. Oh, bike channel is cool.
It was meant to be out of 5 for the goal, not out of 10. I realised it's not going to happen now. I just mucking about with shit because I'm fucking seething at Streamlabs and YouTube. I can forgive Road because mostly this deck just works really, really well. And when I'm running it on like the gaming channel or whatever, and I've got the game audio coming in, Discord audio coming in, my microphone going out to Discord but not going out to YouTube via that channel, and it goes out to YouTube via a different channel so you don't get weird feedback, and etc, etc. And I've got 5 audio sources running at once. The Stream Deck is really fucking good. The Rodecaster deck is very, very good.
Never heard of B-roll. Heard this guy talking earlier about joint a roll though.
I don't feel like you lot are going to let this drop for at least a week, right? Thank you so much, Chris, and Stick Monkey, and Sam.
Make Liam laugh. I can't send a selfie. Oh well.
You can. You're in Thanes. Don't lie to me. Don't promise me a good time and don't follow through on it. That'll come with experience. Matt, I've been doing YouTube for 8 years. I feel like if it hasn't come now, it probably won't, to be fair. I know 3, what's the other one? What 3 have you got, Edward? This is the weird thing, because I wouldn't. I like making content, but I wouldn't call myself overly creative. This is my point. It's an odd thing to say, because my content in basically all 4 is mostly just me waffling on about bullshit all the time, because I can talk the ears off of a fucking elephant. Christopher Sanford, the police station Gloucester. Thank you for 20 gifted memberships. What a fucking baller. What an absolute lad. I'm going to follow her steps again after, on Wednesday daytime. I'm going to follow her steps again and try and do it exactly as she said. But I don't see it working. Or snap alert, yeah. So downscaling, what we're saying is, downscaling to 1440p didn't fix the problem. It's good data, at least. It is good data.
Of all stream memes, this is my joint favourite.
Thanks, Kaz, for the tea. 40k football bike. Ah, so you don't have vag. Oh, it didn't work, did it? I don't know if it's still active. I don't know if I deleted it. I might have deleted it. Oh, I didn't delete it. There we go. That is the most sporadic, though, to be fair. The most sporadic. Football's every Sunday. Bike is whenever I get the chance to get on the bike and put the camera on. Vag is very rare. That's your style. You're more a personal streamer, hence why we all love you and Luce. Oh, bless you. Yeah, but I don't consider. Maybe I'm selling myself a bit short here. I don't consider this as being particularly creative. Pick a random topic and sit and chat bullshit for 90 minutes. And I'm very grateful that you all love it. Like, really fucking grateful. But in terms of, like, top-level creativity, there are people making significantly better videos that have hours and hours and hours of creativity going into them. Let's be honest.
I have more conversions in mind: a ghost keel with a hammerhead railgun to be a giant broadside,
cool as
and
shit.
a cold star with an onager gauntlet in either hero landing or uppercut. I have nothing to say to you.
I'm now subscribed to Vag. Sorry, I'm not subbing to the football one. It's not actual football. That's true with what I've watched this season. To be fair, Andy, that's true. Vag is very rare. Truer words have never been said. That wasn't intentional, by the way. That wasn't an intentional statement to make. But, you know, if the boot fits. It's harder than you realize to chat bullshit as well. That's why chat show hosts make so much money. You've a skill. I'd love to do a chat show on a real TV program. I'd love to do a proper chat show, a proper full level production chat show thing. I'd love to do that.
I don't think you'd last very long. I think you'd get a reputation for going through producers like tissues because you wouldn't listen to them. And when they have some kind of legal representative of something you've called a cunt and you go, no, I'm not apologising, and they'll quit, then you'll rehire, then they'll quit again because they'll realise you won't change. I think you'll go through producers like tissues.
I think I just need to get on a big TV channel somewhere. I've got a great idea for a chat show. The Very Real Chat Show, you call it. I think it'd be brilliant. Just generic bullshit chat show. I reckon I could do that. Easy. If people like Jonathan Ross can do it, Jesus Christ.
I'm not sure that Jonathan Ross is a liability, though.
What? I don't understand what you mean liability. If you build the show on that premise, that it's just honesty, rather than bullshit. Right? I mean, that's what we build the channel on, essentially. Why do you need to be on TV, starting a YouTube channel doing it? Because how do you get big guests on YouTube? You don't. The venom in her words. I know, she's horrible to me. You want the grand tour with no restraints on cars? That, yes. That's what I want to do. Loose dropping the C-bomb on a Monday night. Yeah. It's been one of them days in this house.
Oh, it has.
The same Jonathan Ross who had his chat show cancelled for being a liability.
Oh, did he?
Is that a thing that happened?
I thought he just didn't do it anymore.
I didn't watch him. I don't trust a man who can't say his own surname.
I just started to not recognise any of the guests anymore, so I didn't watch it.
Because they're all young people.
I used to watch Parkinson with my dad.
Yeah?
Parky was a good one.
I think you'd be surprised you can get on YouTube these days. Aim big, get the biggest streamers onto chat. I've tried to do it just in the world of 40k, Andy. I've tried to do it just in the world of 40k, and even then, you just bounce off of egos and people that flat won't come on your channel. He did get booted off BBC for that. What are you booted off BBC for? I don't know if I care, actually, to be fair.
I care. What did he get booted off for?
A phone call, apparently.
Phone call that happened on air?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Who cares?
I care.
Chat, we're one away from halfway through the gifted target. We're one away from halfway through the super chat target. I thought we had more than 4. Oh no, we've only had 4 yellow ones. That's fine. Somehow bagged Katy Perry. Who did? Who did? Loose watch Parky. Didn't realise she was that old. Yeah. Much older than me. Much older than me. I'm a toy boy, if anything.
Shut up.
Yeah. This is like 45.
Shut up.
Minimum.
I'm not.
Him and Russell Brand got in hot water. I mean, Russell Brand being in hot water doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, but that was way before Russell Brand was...
Russell Brand was married to Katy Perry. I see, I don't know popular... This is another reason why I think I'd be good on the chat show, because I don't know popular culture. I don't care about it. Now she's married to Orlando Huge Dick Bloom. Is that his official name? 45 ain't old. It is, Dave. It is. It was that Georgia, what's her name? Andrew Thingy's granddaughter. Thanks, Sean. That makes it much easier. I thought it was a hobby night. Yeah, you can all be hobbying if you want to. You're more than welcome to hobby. Lucy's sat right here hobbying right now. All right. I, however, am not in the mood to be picking up a paintbrush or a scalpel. Things would probably end up either bleeding or in the bin. Dave, I hate to tell you this. Yeah, David, you are old. I'm sorry, mate. Honestly. Unfortunately, people who watch TV care about pop culture. No, they don't. Not really. They care about drama. They don't care about pop culture. 21 with 20 years experience. Yeah, exactly. My hobby is shit talking on here, so going well. Me too. Midwinter says, I fixed the Pathfinders with iron rifle stay, and that's all I can muster. Top job. Top work. That's hobby, mate. You've done some hobby. Well done. Pat yourself on the back. Have a pint of beer. Job's a good one. I'd be impressed if you could make something bleed with a paintbrush. I bet I could. I bet I could. I'm not going to try it on air, also whilst wearing a white top, but I bet I could. My hobby is coming joint first. Brilliant. Fuck, I can't wait to do our show tomorrow. If you're unaware, team, tomorrow's Liam Joe show, Tom is joining us with a first place trophy from yesterday.
Woo-woo!
Went to Partisan Games, took part in an RTT, and got the first place trophy with... I take inspiration from this, by the way, with World Eaters. I think he was using Vessels of Wrath, which I've continued to encourage him to use because I think it's the best one. and he came first with World Eaters yesterday. And we know he came first because he's the only person who has at home a first place trophy. The only one. So, you know.
Is he going to bring his trophy in?
I've asked him to, yeah. Specifically for the show.
Yay!
Yep. Liam doing a Jerry Springer type show called Don't Be a Cunt, exposing all the... Amazing. I'd be into it. I feel I have some catching up to do. You do deep fried AA, Ron. 51 gifted memberships to be specific. I'm joking. Don't do that. Is he playing his joint first list tomorrow? I don't think he's playing tomorrow. I think it's Paddy and I. So, I think it's me and Paddy playing tomorrow. I think Joe's producing. Nick, thank you for the yellow one.
My favorite part of the hobby is writing a list with all of my cool toys only to have my Riptide eat 8 mortals from JPIs, roll no invulns and then get tabled, upside down face emoji.
The upside down face is relevant since you're in Australia. That is how it happens, mate. Always. Always, 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 always. Always, always, always. Thank you so much, man. What a legend. That's halfway to that goal. One more membership to get halfway to that goal. I've overspent. It's only Tuesday. It's not Tuesday. It's Monday. Don't lie. It's Monday, you liar. I know that because we live in England, and England is in fact the centre of the world.
If I've got it right,
yeah.
Today, as in this Monday in March, is the 5-year anniversary of Lockdown 1.
Is it? 5 years.
So the day is Thursday, I think, but the Monday that people didn't go to work was this one.
What's mad is, when Lockdown 1 happened, I wasn't streaming.
No.
It's a mistake to not have been streaming, because I think a lot of people took off in their streaming during that time.
Yeah.
And I came to streaming, I didn't even know it was really a thing that was done on YouTube. I came to it late during COVID, and I was like, I think I could do that. I think that looks fun. I enjoy these streams are direct theft from Mr. Valrak. I was like, he just sits there and banters with his audience. That sounds like great fun. I'm into that. And here we are.
Didn't he fall off his roof during COVID?
Yeah, I reckon his missus pushed him.
So that's 5 years ago as well.
And I was like, I didn't want to do any of the leaks or any like rumor stuff. One, because I don't like it, and two, because I don't get fed the information that he gets fed. But I thought I could just do that normal stuff. I want to put a bet on something, AA Ron. Can you PM me some winners so I can win my bets, please? Oh, of course, because he's in the future, isn't he? Tony, thank you for the one gifted. Halfway, just 50 to go now. I believe in you, chat. With, what is it, 50 minutes. 1 a minute? It's just lined up, Lise. The stars have aligned. Most people got to 40k during lockdown.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if Games Workshop saw a real lift in their sales.
I wasted lockdown. I sat in my pants playing Overwatch. Could have been building a business or something. So I was talking about this yesterday on Vag, right? Because I've been playing a little bit more Warzone again recently. And the only reason why I've reinstalled it after rage quitting it a while ago.
My favorite part is definitely list building. Can do that part of the hobby anywhere, anytime. Watching the hobby on YouTube is next best because it needs no input from me.
But yeah, you just give us input, YE. You just give us beautiful input. Thank you so much for the $10, man. What a legend. What a hero. What a man. Yeah, so during lockdown, a lot of people spent a lot of time playing the first Warzone, which was on a map called Verdansk. I played it like 2, maybe 3 times with some of the old DZ lot. And I never played lots of Verdansk, and loads of people have got loads of nostalgia for this particular Call of Duty map. And the reason why they've got loads of nostalgia for this particular Call of Duty map is because they literally sat in their pants every single fucking day playing it, because that was all they had to do. Whereas a lot of us had to continue to go to work during lockdown, and so I didn't really get the opportunity to take part in that. So I didn't get much chance to play on it. So I've never really played it, so I don't really have that nostalgia hit. So I spoke to Joe recently and said, I actually want to give it a go to see if it's actually any good. I reckon people are just remembering it for the wrong reasons. I think they're going to play this new map and go, it's not that great. It was just because it was lockdown and we're all playing together all the time. I don't imagine it's going to be as impressive as I'm hoping it is, but I am hoping it will be. Anyway, thank you, Whitey, Mr. the 55, for the 1 gifted membership. We're over halfway now, just. Whoa, 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 over halfway there. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Sorry, I was counting.
Were you?
Yeah.
What?
I'm doing triangles.
Right.
And you have to count so you get the right gap, and they sort of.
It's wizard stuff, that is, to me, Luce. Honestly, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I've watched you knit so many times. It doesn't make any sense.
What this?
You have these 2 needles, right, and a bit of, and 1 bit of string is essentially what it is, and you go in your hands, right? You go like that. That's all it is. And if I did it, I'd end up with just I'd let go. There you go, just a bit of string still, and it comes out. It's like, oh, it's the shape of a sock. How? It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, thanks.
And once it's done, how do you put it in the washing machine? Just unravel.
Because you don't tie your wool together. You need to weave it into the.
No, double knot. It's got to be double knot at least.
No. Some wools undo themselves.
It doesn't make sense.
So just weave it in, or do a long tail cast on and knit with the tail with the main yarn.
It's wizardry.
Thanks, babe.
I don't understand how it works. It shouldn't work. My shoe was just crashed twice in 5 minutes. I've only had 1. And the thing is, I'm putting out in 1440 now, so if they fucking say to me, it's because it's 4K. The streaming specialist. I honestly, the last couple of weeks, I am about ready to stab a man. If streams stop suddenly in a week or two's time, it's because I've actually killed a person. It's magic for sure. Knitting is witchcraft. Witchcraft. It is, exactly.
Aww.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing super witchcraft now because I'm doing entrelac, which, yes, it is French.
Ugh. What is it, a white flag?
No, I'm making a set. Hat, scarf, and mittens.
Mittens.
Yeah, mittens.
Is plural.
Oh, I know I have to do 2.
At the same colour.
Hopefully.
Who is this woman and what have you done with Luce?
But I was gonna do socks because I thought that would be quite cozy because I get cold toes sometimes. But this is acrylic wool, and it's probably not a good idea to have acrylic clothing wear when your body needs to breathe. I might end up giving myself athlete's foot if I wear acrylic socks.
On a super cold day, for like thermal socks or whatever.
I could probably wear them over some cotton socks. But directly on my skin, I'd probably just end up with poorly feet.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, well. Chat, there's only 4 out of 10 left to make me slightly happier on the old thingy goal. I don't know what it's called. What's it called? Just a super chat goal? What does it call itself? Just goal. Just goal. Okay. Beautiful. Oh no. There we go, good. My MU puts tassels on scarves and makes Christmas pudding teapot covers for the holidays. Oh, my mum. From pieces of string. My mum is definitely a witch.
From pieces of string.
Yeah. Definitely a witch.
I want to learn how to make truffles. I might do that for Easter for the boys.
Little chocolate things.
Yeah, make some truffles.
Abracadabra, pay for Aaron's flight. If I could, we would, mate. Maybe we crowdfund it.
I almost accidentally did it when I made something at Christmas time. I was mixing it thinking, if I stop here, this could be a truffle. And I can't remember what I was making.
I'm so hungry, by the way. Famished, in fact.
Oh, what was I making? No, it's gone. I have to look in my Christmas book.
I'm very hungry. We want to watch the rest of that film later.
Yeah.
Good, I want to. The Springies, thank you for 5 gifted. What a legend. Create a grift, always. I have to. Got bills to pay. I've got Joe to pay. It's been I'll be honest with you, team. It's been an incredibly fucking bleak start to the year. Have a cheeky takeaway. I can't. What film? What's the film called?
Fly Me to the Moon.
That one.
It was 15 quid on Apple TV a little while ago, and I thought, I'm not paying that. We already pay for Apple TV. I'm not paying again, so I'll just wait for it. And now it's free. See?
Well, it's not free.
Is rewarding.
It's not free because we pay for an Apple TV subscription. Cancelled Netflix. They can get in the fucking bin now. Cancelled many things actually lately, to be fair.
It's good doing like a yearly purge. I'm currently holding my breath waiting for my council tax letter.
Oh, I don't want to fucking see it.
Hampshire was on the news the other day as asking the government for permission to increase by 15%.
Hampshire.
I think that was Hampshire. They got declined.
Good fucking cunts.
The
only thing in our area that's actually probably worth the money is our local fucking refuse collectors.
Yeah,
they do a hell of a fucking job.
Yeah.
Brandon, thank you for 5 gifted. I've kept Netflix so I can watch WWE. I haven't watched that for years and years and years. Thank you so much, man. What a hero. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? I haven't watched that for years, Andrew, to be honest with you, mate. I was. This is when we were sat here. I was like, what do we watch on Netflix? Nothing really at all anymore. And they put the prices up again, and it was getting to a point where it was just extortionate. So I was like, no, you can fuck off. You can get in the bin. I'm not watching you anymore. Just watch free TV. I also watch so much YouTube anyway.
Oh, it was me you were looking for.
Always, Grumpage. Thank you for the 5. Don't start on council tax. Just tax in general. This is quite the opposite of the usual type of Labour government we would normally have in this country, isn't it? Because this Labour government has decided to tax the fucking arse off of everybody all the time.
So this was on telly today as well. The increased business rates that the government is planning for this next financial year is part of their plan that in 2026 they can then reward businesses in the UK with permanently lower business rates. But there's a lot of concern for fledgling businesses and small businesses for this next year that they need to be able to survive the next 12 months. There was 2 examples of businesses. Last year, their business rates were about £3,000, and this year it's going up to around £11,000.
My business rates for my one floor are 7 or 8 grand this year.
What were they last year?
I'm not sure, but just to have that room.
So there was
on top of rent.
There was one business owner that said he was advertising for another member of staff. That advertisement's now been cancelled. Any investment back into the company, now that money is just for tax. They're not able to advance their company anymore. And there was one more thing as well that was the plan. Now it's not the plan.
Yeah. I'm genuinely concerned for paying all the bills, keeping the lights on and keeping older Joe for this year at the moment, but we'll see. I've got to get a hobby house off the fucking ground as well. So
no, you chose just about the worst time to start a business, babe.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking painful for a couple of years.
Well, me and you can work for free.
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
So, and when James turns 14, if he would like to do work experience, we can employ him. I'll say employ in air quotes because
that's
family
fine,
businesses typically.
But he also has to be able to bring something of worth. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, money's just going out. But
no, I know.
Because the business has got tax bills, etc. I have
warned him. You are an arsehole of a boss. I have warned him.
I don't know how we'll cope, but we'll make it work. I'm sure somehow. I'm not sure entirely right now. Yeah. The thing is, as well, when they say things like this isn't Labour specifically. This is just government in general. When people say we'll do this thing now to make it easy for you later on, nothing ever goes back down. It's a flat lie. Nothing ever goes back down.
Yeah. So that's
we'll suffer this pain now, so your energy bills will come down. They haven't. We'll suffer this pain now, so your mortgage payments can come down. They haven't. It never does. Never does.
Something's got to stop soon. There's only, I feel like we're now near the top of the cliff edge. It can't go up any more, surely.
I'll come work in the store for free on weekends. We may have to have a small bank of volunteers that we actually lean on a little bit, Andy, to start with, to be honest with you, mate. Honestly. Who knows? Later on never happens. Yeah, I know, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be... Let's stop it. I don't want to be bleak and miserable. Hopefully it won't be a problem, but it's not looking friendly or fun at the moment. Let's not focus on that right now, because I've just trying to claw myself out of being a bit miserable for a week, so... Liam and Joe's OnlyFans is back on the cards.
Where we test out the latest fans.
Yeah. Yeah. Just desk fans. And Joe's hair. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to have to do. OnlyFans. Blowing in your face.
They blow you.
I mean, that would get the people in, wouldn't it?
It would, and we're not mis-selling, so...
Yeah. I got lucky and fixed my mortgage for 5 years, so I still have a few years till I need to worry about that. While some of us, unfortunately, I rent.
I don't usually super chat or gift because I have a plastic crack addiction to feed, but have one for my birthday.
Oh, bless
I
you.
could have filled this super chat up with poodle emojis, but that would be a dick move. Poodle emoji.
Poodle, it actually says full poodle emoji. That's my new favourite. That's my new favourite. We're 3 away from that goal being achieved. I don't know when it runs out, though. I don't know how long's left on it. Ends in 29 minutes. Oh, you'll be fine. You can. I believe in you, chat. I could volunteer tea maker and biscuit taster. I have no skills, but I have plucky attitude and we'll have to go fucking... Dave, it's a hell of a commute, though. Mm-hmm. It's a bit of a daily commute in at Cumbria to Southampton. Garcia says his council tax is going up 9.5%.
Yeah.
A girl at work does Feet Finder. Makes her a couple of grand a month. That's what she says anyway. If a new Cornetto movie were made of you guys parodying stream shows, Simon Pegg is Liam, Nick Frost is Joe, that'd be great. Mm-hmm. I'd be well into that. Ugh. I'm here for this meme now.
I have nothing to say to you.
Thanks for the 10, Alex. It's a bit of a journey. It is a little bit, mate, yeah. If you do your helicopter license first, you could just fly down and back each day. Bit better. I don't have anywhere for you to land or park, but you know. I'm sure we can flatten the roof out.
Hi Liam and Luce, just wanted to thank you for doing an amazing job. Started my Warhammer journey 5 months ago and I'm absolutely loving it.
What brought you in, Rye? Out of interest. What brought you into the hobby? What made you start it? If it started only 5 months ago, because I suspect that most people in here have done it for quite a while. I'd love to know.
I've mentioned it before, but happy to help with web dev. Skills are free and happy to help.
Thank you, Grumpage. You're amazing. And your 20th ever super chat.
Do you know, I think the biggest skill we're going to need for the next sort of 3 years is one hell of a sense of humour.
Yeah, fucking right.
If anybody has one of those.
Mine is running out, my sense of humour.
Nothing really to say, just wanted to brag I won my first RTT of the weekend with my World Eaters.
Did you? So did Tom. Did you actually win it, though? Oh no, I cut that too deep. Had a little... What's some little things?
Hangnail?
Yeah, maybe. I've cut it a bit too deep and now am I bleeding? Or am I got away with it? I've been in the hobby since before Ash was born. Amazing. Before 9/11, MPs weren't paid. That'd solve the debt crisis right there. Well, don't. The problem is, in this country in general, I firmly believe that the people that do it don't actually care about making the country better. They care firmly about how much money they can make, which is basically everyone's goal. which I think when you're not in public service is perfectly fine. How much money can I make? People do it in different ways. Some people will do, I'll do the best possible job I can, so that people will want to continue to pay me and have me come and do the job again, whatever that job might be, whether it's cleaning your car or cutting your hair or whatever it is, right? We try and do the best we possibly can on stream and be as entertaining as possible so that people come back and go, this is worth paying for, and gifted memberships to, and etc, etc. And some people go, I'm going to fucking rip you off the best I can the first time I deal with you and make the most amount of money as possible. And I don't give a fuck that you'll never call me back, but I've made the most amount of money as possible. Unfortunately, too many of the second type of people exist. I think there's far too many that exist. I don't, you know, being able to make loads of extra cash in public service is a questionable. It's a questionable place to be, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It was hard after my mum passed, but your wonderful community made me feel like part of the family.
They are very good at doing that.
Target for the target gods.
Thank you, Silence Falls, for the $10, man. What a legend. That's incredible. Now it's just member goal. 151 people watching right now. If every single person gifted 1 membership or 5 memberships, we'd probably hit the goal. If every single one of you do it. That's how maths works, right, Luce? 39 members to go, 151 people in chat. If everyone does it,
right, yeah.
Everyone hits that. If everyone hit that like button and everyone gifted 1 or 5, we'd probably get to the goals.
Probably.
We'd probably hit 100 likes.
Yeah.
We'd probably hit 100 members.
Yeah.
My maths is a bit rusty, but you know.
You're there, ballpark. You're there.
Yeah. Yeah. Then there's MOD procurement where you'll pay the most and get the worst. Without doubt. Just speak to fucking Carl.
Ow. That's my elbow.
Yeah, don't do that. That will hurt. Hashtag math. Exactly. Mordiammer, thank you for the 1 gifted. He started the train.
Choo-choo.
Yeah. Whitey55, thank you for the 1 gifted. The train continues.
Choo-choo.
See? Evan, thank you for 1 more gifted. The wheels have started to turn.
Choo-choo.
There we go.
It's a rickety old train. Go gently.
Sam Deacon, thank you for the 10 gifted. So now we've put a load of coal in the fire, Loose.
Choo-choo.
Why would that make the choo-choo louder?
More fire.
You should have done the whole, like as if the tracks, that sort of noise, you know. Ian, thank you for the 1 gifted.
Oh, like a proper locomotive.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
Adam,
know
thank you for the 1
sound
gifted.
like.
Fuck me, it's actually happening. Tony, thank you for 5 gifted.
Now?
Yeah, it stopped for now. Rumba clock, thank you for the 1 gifted.
Choo-choo.
We went back to a little choo-choo, did we? You just flew through 20 there in no time at all, chat. Look at you, wonderful human beings. Thank you so much. More choo-choo. I'd like more choo-choo. Chugga toot toot. Exactly, Dave, yeah. I've run out of hot glue sticks. What are you using hot glue sticks for, mate? 19 away now, chat. Hubris D, thank you for the 1 gifted. Alex Gourlay, thank you for the 1 gifted.
Choo-choo.
Thank you. Oh, my God.
I'm on a counting roll now. Nobody gift. I'm on a counting roll. I can't choo-choo.
Let's see if we can get her to choo-choo and count. Glambring, thank you for the 1 gifted. Hubris D,
No.
thank you for 1 more gifted.
4, 5,
What do you have to count to?
6.
6.
Choo-choo.
yes, thank you for the 1 gifted. Grumpage, thank you for 5 gifted memberships.
It's okay. This is a pearl row.
Tyler, thank you for 1 gifted. I think they're actually just going to fucking go to the targets hit.
Aw, they're amazing.
They are... What are they?
Best chat.
Exactly that. Without any doubt at all. Lonely Brass Scorpion. I miss my Brass Scorpion. Thank you for the 5 gifted. I very much miss my Brass Scorpion. Fucking love a Brass Scorpion. I was so sad and that got removed from the game. And now you are, in fact, a lonely brass scorpion. Now back to work, legend. What are you doing? What's your work? Actually, that's an interesting thing to do with 140 people still in chat. Tell me what you do for a living to people. Dave, thank you for the 10 gifted. I love learning about people's like actual lives. We've learned about your favourite hobby things. It's interesting how many people say list building, actually. Ian, thank you for 1 gifted. It's interesting that people say about like list building being one of their favourite parts of the hobby, because I wouldn't have thought about that. But actually, if you think about what I said, probably kind of fits, to be fair. You know, the whole constructing lists, etc.
Sugar, 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 sugar choo choo.
I don't feel like Brian really put his all into that one. Thank you, Gaz, for $2.
I think he had a heavy weekend.
Dave, I'll finish you off. Thanks, mate.
Probably still recovering as Brian.
Babysit cats. Is that real? Network consulting. Accountant. Ooh. Heavy wheel mechanic, shop foreman for Kenworth Trucks. Tony owns a small company. What does a small company do, Tony? Traffic management, environment artist at a games company. Oh, wow. So, some of you are so fucking clever. I teach health and safety qualifications. Just started a 2-week course in Southampton today. Did you indeed? IT test manager, product manager, sign technician, MOT tester. I'm a character TD R&D software engineer in VFX. Oh, wow. Web development and mostly sucking cock. Payroll. I mismanage meetings, try to not look shit, pretend to look busy, and scratch my nutsack all day from the sofa. Well done, Dave. Urban entry specialist, civil engineer in drainage and flooding. Oh my god.
Oh, I bet that's...
Strong man, woman coach, grocery store manager. Alex, thank you for 5 gifted. Your hero. Gas engineer, removal coordinator, and high driver.
Plumber.
Thank you, Tyler, for the $2. Fucking clever bastards in here, isn't there? MEP coordinator.
MEP?
Yeah. Mobile elevation platform is what I used to know it as. I don't know if that's still what it is. I'm a unit manager at an international retail company. Who do you think that was?
Say that again.
I'm a unit manager at an international retail company. You know this person.
Well, do I know them well?
Very well, yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a fancy way of saying I'm a store manager.
Oh, Ashley. He did that thing where you beef up your job.
Yeah.
News reporter.
You are, in fact, IT systems and network manager, aka sit in a meeting and turn shit off and on again. Nobody has any follow-up questions when I say accountant. Count numbers and shit, don't you? Professional bullshitter, unemployed, off work due to non-existent voices and such. No harmy things though, just a mess. Oh, Gareth, hugs. System engineer in defence at the moment. Head of analytics at a London hospital. I did indeed. I teach a lot of folk from Northern train yards too. Oh wow. I'm highly qualified in that. Yeah. I argue with spreadsheets all day. Depot supervisor, mortgage underwriter. Jesus.
Ooh.
Can you get us a mortgage, Aaron, please?
That's a good one, babe.
We have no savings, not enough money for a deposit. Can you get us a mortgage? That'd be good. Puckered butt with all the layoffs. That's in VFX at the moment. I seem to be a professional YouTube watcher, really. I'm very glad. I have a particular set of skills which make me a nightmare for people like you. I don't know, Silence Falls. Until you give memberships and do super chats and stuff, I don't feel like that's a nightmare for people like me. I feel like that's exactly what we want you to do. Gaz's job is a YouTube moderator, and we're very grateful for it, mate. I'm very grateful for you getting the Yarls Only bot working as well. Well, you didn't get it working. You found a plaster fix in the meantime. I appreciate you for doing that. We had a winner on Sunday. We've already sorted out his voucher. I'm a professional shithouse. That's exactly my job.
I think it's the robots rising up. They're finally rising up, and they're starting with the YouTubers.
You say that just as it says all snap.
See?
I mean, thankfully, you just click reload and you're straight back in, but it's not the point. It is annoying.
Well, you know, they're not quite organised yet. They're just getting to grips with the plan. So.
Postman? Oh, Roland Bain's a postman. But that's lovely on summer mornings.
Been following this channel for a couple years now, avid lurker. You are all lovely, fantastic and greatly entertaining. Forever a fan. What is your opinion on the Lari Corsairs?
Rules and models, Dan.
It didn't work. It didn't pick me.
Lara says she's a professional silly Billy. Roland, thank you for 10 gifted memberships. Dan, it depends what you mean, models or rules. Rules-wise, meh, as far as I'm concerned. Probably worse than they were in the index. Models, they're fucking gorgeous. Like, absolutely gorgeous. If you're thinking about picking them up for models, pick them up. They're cool as shit. Operations manager for a trucking company. All I do is babysit crying adults. And his name is Big Rig.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, fits.
I like that one.
Roland, thank you so much for 10 gifted, man. What a legend. Have I missed... Did I miss Alex's 5 as well? Alex, thank you for 5 gifted if I forgot to say.
I feel like Lara is possibly the only person I know in chat that could do that speech from Taken. When he's on the phone, I have a particular set of skills. Is it Taken? One with Liam Neeson?
Yeah, with Liam Neeson, yeah.
Because she's doing her black belt. So I feel like she could legitimately say that speech and actually kick your ass.
Has got a black belt.
No! It's Lara's turn! She can say the speech. I don't want James to say it. I want Lara to say it. Go on, Lara, you can do it.
Do not be a teacher. Fuck that. No, thank you. I would never want to be a teacher nowadays. I want to go back to security work when people abuse me at the moment. I can't say what I want to say back. But on security, I can. I've worked in education for 15 years and it's horrid. Yeah, I bet. Would you say, Dave, over the last 15 years, it's just slowly got worse and worse as well?
Or would you say there was an overnight change?
Yeah, like
somewhere?
has it just progressively got shitter, or was it's now bad? I mean, it's never gonna be that fast. But do you like? Was it like COVID happened and it got worse, or you know? As they're teaching the past, do not recommend. Yeah, don't do it, Dave. Don't do it to yourself. You get angry now with adults. Imagine dealing with fucking brats. I often don't like my own children and other people's. Tom says, what kind of idiot would be a teacher? 20 years deep here. 20 years, man. Jesus.
I miss some of my teachers. I don't remember all of them. One, we were chatting about this today actually. One really sticks in my mind. My year 1 teacher, so I was 5, 6 or 7 at the time. Her name was Mrs. Birchue, and she was maternal care personified. She was amazing. I wish teachers could stick with the same kids for the 10 years they're in education, so you truly get to know all your kids, and then you can spot, is something at home different, or the aptitude is struggling now.
I actually would go as far as to say I had a wonderful time at school. I fucking loved it. It helped that I was quite academic, so I didn't have the stresses and worries of not understanding the work or being able to do it. So I just was I was just able to enjoy it, you know. I was just able to have fun essentially, and do an insane number of GCSEs and pass all of them. Yeah. So I was very lucky in that regard. But I had a great time. I had good friends. We played football every lunchtime. It was a nice school. It was in a nice area. It was performing exceptionally. The teachers were good. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm based in one of the best schools, and in the northeast, it's been a decline over the last 10 years ish. It's just a reflection of society, I think. Kids are out of control. That's a shame. That's a shame, mate. I find teaching adults is quite rewarding. I couldn't do it with kids, though. My brother was just starting at a school in Woolston. Poor him. Oh. Ooh. Between 2000 and 2005, when I was in year 7, scared shit by year 11. By the time I was in year 11, the year 7s were gobby little shits. Yeah, it has just progressively got worse and worse, isn't it? It's bad at my school. I fucking hate being sent to a Hartlepool school. It's bad there. Jesus. Before I had my breakdown, I was a teaching assistant for 10 years, working mainly with those in last year of primary school. This intervention works. Council, tough. Do this one instead. Brilliant. Is there a lot of, like, bureaucracy and red tape in schools and shit now? I used to play football at lunchtime with a tennis ball as proper footballs were banned on the playground.
What?
The fuck? I teach secondary. 90% of the kids are amazing and I love my job, but over the last 7 to 8 years, the 10% have got worse. Lack of standards, self-entitlement in the kids, and defiance. Would you say, right? Gonna be controversial here. No, Liam, I hear you all say. I have my thoughts on this. There is obviously external influence in terms of dickheads on YouTube, social media, Twitter, Instagram, fucking Facebook, the lot. And a lot of these kids, we see it all the time, that are in year 7 have got full mobile phones, full smartphones. So that is obviously an outside influence. But in Dave, Tom, in your opinion, I'd like to know whether you concur with what I'm about to say or not. But I firmly, without doubt, blame parents
For
a fucking lack of discipline and respect.
what, in their children?
Yes.
Or in themselves?
Their children. And to some extent, it might be in themselves as well, because it obviously you set yourself as a role model, okay? But no discipline, no respect. Kids at that age now coming through schools, the 10% that Tom's talking about, zero discipline, zero respect, zero fear. Now, I don't want fear to be I walk in a room and my children start shaking out of fear. Oh my God, that's not what I'm talking about. But you do want a level of fear that is, I've fucked up here, I could be in real shit. And if you don't have that fear, if you don't have that, I've fucked up here, if no one holds you accountable, thinking about tomorrow's stream, if no one holds you fucking accountable, you're going to continue to behave in a bullshitty kind of way. If no one calls you out for being a cunt, it doesn't matter if you're 12 years old or 30 years old, if no one calls you out for being a cunt, you will just continue to think that's acceptable behaviour.
So what if then a child that has quite bad entitlement, lack of discipline and everything else has actually come from the loveliest home?
I've never really known that, Lise.
It's not. I know a couple, but then I know the reverse as well. Terrible home. What a beautiful child has come from that home. You do get...
I think that if you have... coming from a lovely home doesn't mean you've come from a well-disciplined home.
No, that's what I mean by a lovely home, like a very well-balanced home. There's siblings that are great.
When role models have turned into people like Joey Somali, I don't know who he is. It's no wonder we have a bunch of degenerates coming through. Well, I still put that on things like parenting as well, though. We've had our eldest, for example, and our youngest for that matter, actually, it's not just him, have certain YouTubers he starts watching, and after we get a little wind of what they're saying, doing, showing, we're like, nope, not a fucking chance, off. Not watching that anymore. So if those role models that you were mentioning yesterday are as bad as you're saying, I don't know who he is, to be fair, the parents, I feel like, have a job to say, you're not fucking watching it. And if I catch you watching it when you shouldn't be watching it, do you know what I'm going to do? Take your phone off you. There's no real excuse anymore either with phones, because Apple, I know, for example, have this thing. And I say it's just Apple, but I'm sure that it exists across the board. I'm sure that tons of Android devices have the same sort of thing. Like our kids have iPads. They're on them right now. And I guarantee they'll be playing games on their iPad or watching YouTube in bed as we speak. And I can go on to a little thing and I can see every fucking thing they've looked at.
But we've also never used it as a...
Parenting is declining as bad parents breed bad parents, says Tom.
We've never really used the iPads as, if you don't do as you're told, I'm taking your iPad away. We've never... I've never done that, but...
We have.
It's never... I don't know how we've done it, because if I go in there now and I go, right, it's time, they'll just turn it off.
Because they've got fucking respect, Liz.
I don't...
Because they've been disciplined. Because what happens if they don't? They're in the fucking shit. If they don't do what they're told with it, guess what? You didn't do as you were told. Tomorrow, you're not having it a fucking tool. Because you didn't do it. Because you didn't behave yourself. What were they?
So that's it. We've not had to.
What were they going to have this afternoon? What were they going to do this afternoon?
They were going to have cupboard time.
Which is video games, right?
Yeah,
which
we
is
put them in the cupboard.
PlayStation 5. It's a cupboard under our TV. It's got a PlayStation 5 and a Switch in it. My youngest specifically knows it as cupboard time because the cupboard opens up and he can play video games, right? And they were supposed to go to a gamer club today and it got cancelled. We went into town, ran some errands, had some lunch, came home. The rules were very simple. Get home, you do your learning, you sit at the table, you do your hour and a half. They do an hour and a half each. They have half an hour sessions they switch, so Luke's going to spend time actually teaching them. You do your learning properly. You sit down, you knuckle down, you do it, you concentrate. If you do that well, do your learning. After we've mucked around your day, right, do your learning, then you can have some cupboard time, some video games, okay? Cool. Did they do their learning well?
No.
Did they fuck you about?
A smidge.
Were you enraged to the point where you were even close to tears?
Yes.
Did they get any cupboard time?
No.
No, exactly.
But this is what I'm saying, that I can say to them, right, both of you out. I need to be by myself. I'm having a cup of tea. I'm really quite cross and I'm a bit disappointed. No cupboard time. There are no raised voices. There's no swear words. There's no chairs being thrown across the room. I don't know how we did that because
It's called discipline.
We have both come from the generation of parenting that's not
No, but
what that
we've
looked
got
like.
there, Luce, because we have used raised voices. We have done the discipline in the past. And there has been times where I raise a voice and they'll fucking shake with fear. Good, because they've been literal arseholes. And I'm not going to allow that behaviour to be something that they think is acceptable or is consequence-free. Because it's not good enough. And now they don't get to that stage because they know the consequence.
But what I'm trying to say is when I've spoken to other parents that when they say if they try that lower tone, no swear words, this is a non-negotiable, this is a rhetorical speech I'm making, there will be chairs being thrown across. They can't do the lower tone.
No, because they haven't done the work to get to that point. The reason why you can do what you did today is because you and I have both done the work to get to that point where you can be like, I'm really fucking annoyed right now at you. I'm really, no, not swear words, obviously. I'm really annoyed at you right now. I'm really disappointed. And they now go, they know what that means. We've had to work to get to where we are now, and you have to put that work in. You do. And people don't put that work in. And people will get to a point where, oh, I'll just go and play fucking video games. Well, then they've got what they want, haven't they? I think you undervalue some of the work that's gone in to get to where we are now.
No, I don't undervalue it. I know R2, even with the neurodivergent, well, I'm going to say they're exceptional because I love them, and obviously your own kid is the best thing ever.
They're
blah.
fucking arseholes.
But whenever I hear of a kid throwing a chair across the room, it's very quickly followed by, but they're ADHD.
No,
but they're autistic.
No.
And I'm sat here going, I don't, because the work we've done, me and you, because we came from a generation that was very old school discipline, we have done that work out of earshot, out of eyesight of the boys. So they've not seen the change that we've done. So I genuinely...
Because reasons and excuses. I've been through this before. Reasons and excuses. ADHD, autism, neurodivergence, whatever you want to call it. Reasons and excuses. We know sometimes the behaviour that they demonstrate, the reason is because of things like ADHD and autism. We know that's the reason. We understand how it's got to that. Still not a fucking excuse. Doesn't let them get away with it scot-free. Doesn't mean that they're not then a victim of consequence. And that's important. And a lot of other people, I say a lot of other people, some other people will use it as a reason, but also just use it as an excuse. Oh, I'm sorry, he's peeling your wallpaper off. He's ADHD. I don't give a fuck. Get him off that fucking wallpaper before I brain the little shit. Like reasons and excuses are two very different things.
That real scenario that did happen in somebody's house we know, the homeowner didn't take the kid to task. So there is definitely a fear in the older generation. They're very hands-off now. They're very nervous to materialise the consequence. No one's wrapping anyone with a belt buckle. That's not happening.
No, quite. But still, no one did. That's the point.
In defence of parents who are also very tech-friendly, very, very, like, trigger-happy on the tech, here's my phone, shut up. the older generation are not helping guide. The village is missing.
You're not, so you're not entirely wrong, but in that particular circumstance, when mum is present, we're talking in code now because you haven't got a clue what's on. In that particular circumstance, when mum is present, the older generation shouldn't have to. Mum should stop it. Mum should stop that. So we're in my parents' house, right, with wallpaper on the wall, and one of those kids starts peeling it off, and you see it happening. Are you going to wait for my parents to say something? You're not. You're not. You'll go full banshee if they were peeling wallpaper. You would. And I would back you up 100%.
Full banshee.
You would go full banshee if you saw them doing that because it's unacceptable behaviour and it's very out of character for ours. Reasons and excuses. Them being bored and getting fidgety, cool, I understand the reason as to why they're doing that.
I also don't fully believe that your folks would step in and put to task. I think that they would be hands off as well. I don't know what's happened.
I'm not entirely disagreeing with you, but I think that's irrelevant. I don't think that's relevant when we're present.
No, definitely. But if... So this has happened to me a lot when the boys were much younger and kids are learning, misbehaviour happens because they're the opportunities. When I'm going, no, that's really not okay, you need to apologise, other people go, oh, it's all right. Immediately undermined.
Yeah, well, it's not all right though. And that's when I have the argument with the person. No, it's not all right.
And I'm looking at this older generation going, what is happening?
Yeah, Dave, it's all your fault.
I would have been bollocked and probably smacked if that was me. I don't understand what's happened. So we have parents now who are very tech happy, give the kids the mobile phones all the times. The older generation, very hands off, and in some cases the village is missing. So now we do have rogue kids. And people like the teachers, who are in some cases the only disciplinarian. It's an alien concept.
But I still think you look at parents first. You know, you have to, and people. It's not just children for that matter, actually, because you look at some of the stuff that gets put out there on social media, the way that people interact with other people out in public, adults, the way that they behave, the things they say to people. People need to have fear of consequence when they're behaving like a dickhead. It's as very simple as that. And there's no fear of consequence from anyone over. Everyone's too frightened to say anything, to put people in their place.
That's completely fine to say there's no fear of consequence, but nobody steps forward when they see something wrong.
It's very rare. People do, but it is very rare.
You should fear the consequence. It's not coming.
No, but you're backing my point up though.
No, I know, but you can't just throw a statement out. People need to fear it. Fine, then be the change you want to see. Are you going to step forward? Because I wouldn't. They could be carrying a knife. You don't know who's out there anymore.
Well, my temper and my patience is incredibly short lately. Like that poor old lady.
I know you made a lady cry in the car.
Consequence. She sat there in a running vehicle.
Low-hanging fruit, babe.
She sat there in a running vehicle on her phone. She got shouted at. Wee Man, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. Pilgrim, thank you for 1 gifted membership. I fully agree with everything you say, Liam, but also some teachers are pricks as well. Of course they are. Of course they are. But how are they allowed? But then how are they allowed to get away being pricks, Tom? Surely they've got a management chain. We're not fighting, Wee Man. I think we're basically completely agreeing. Basically, I agree, but it's dead hard at times. It is, yeah. It's very painful at times, but parents need to set the rules, social norms, as neurodivergent kids don't always pick those up naturally. Agree. We are living this right now. It's hard, but it's for the best in the end. It is 100%. Thank you, by the way, Power Pilgrim and Wee Man for the 5 gifted. You people are sexual human beings. We're actually only 20 away from 150, which is mad good. Thank you so much, people. Love you dearly. I always get interested when teachers come in, because I went into my mother's old school. She doesn't work there anymore. My mother's old school, she changed September last year to a different school, so it would have been the previous Christmas. And she invited me in because her head of art department in that particular school had another half who was into the hobby, and found that there were some kids in the school that were into the hobby. And what she did was she started a Warhammer club, which I think is incredible, and I would like more schools to do it. But I understand also that, you know, a game of 40k, if you're playing at 2,000 points, is 3 hours, and you can't do that in a lunch break, even longer if you're playing with Brom. But I got asked if I'd go in and bring some prizes. They ran a little Christmas tournament, right? And I got asked if I'd bring some prizes in and come and see some of the kids and stuff. And I was told, some of them even watched the channel. I was like, well, that's fucking irresponsible. We swear like shit all the time. You probably shouldn't let your kids watch us. Anyway, I obliged and I went into the school. And I took some boxes. I had some like models. I got some stuff from the sponsors sent through, etc. Some rule books, and I handed some stuff out. So there goes some prizes for you. I thought it was really nice to go in there, and I love seeing young people getting into the hobby. I think it's fucking great. But I had a memory of school, and that memory, there's a couple of things that come to mind in that particular instance when I was at school. If it was lesson time, in my secondary school, and you left the class to go somewhere or do something, the fucking corridors were like a ghost town because everyone was in lessons, everyone was busy doing something. If you did walk down the corridors and there were people moving around, the majority of things like uniforms were on correctly, and you know it was clearly kids moving to and from lessons and all that kind of stuff. I went into my mother's school. It was during lesson time. You would have had no idea. There was fucking kids everywhere doing what they wanted. I walked past, I'm going to say this openly and honestly, I've said this to you before, Luce. I walked past a group of 3 or 4, I think it was, groups of girls. I didn't know where to fucking look. I don't understand how parents or teachers are allowing them to dress like that in a school.
The girls probably leave home in the uniform as instructed in the booklet on the way to school. That's when the skirts come up, and I'm
being escorted through the building by a teacher who's walking past that same thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's. I get it. I get leaving school looking normal. I bet they don't though nowadays. I reckon that's what used to happen. Not nowadays. You didn't know where to put your eyes as a grown man. The way that they were dressed, it was vile.
I do feel sorry for male teachers.
It was vile. It was like a fucking zoo. Honestly, it was like feeding time at the zoo, and it was supposed to be during lesson time. It was horrific, honestly. And I was like, this was not what I remembered. My mum has subsequently moved schools, and she says it's much like what I used to remember now. Which is interesting that clearly the management of the 2 different schools is wildly different, and they've yielded very different results. One commands a degree of respect and consequence, I would imagine, and one doesn't. But she also says that now, I'm sure you, Tom, and whoever the other person was who was talking about it, have experienced this as well. Issue detention to child. Parent replied, nah, I'm not doing that. Despite the fact it's a justifiable reason. No consequence. Bring back the cane. Yeah, fucking right. I'll use it on Joe. I donated a little young'un to help start a Warhammer club. I ran a 40k club for 2 years, but we ran out of cash. The Games Workshop Warhammer Alliance only gave a handful of models each year. Oh, bless. It's a lot of money for kids, isn't it, unfortunately?
It is.
But, hey. Right, you people have been amazing. You have genuinely been utterly amazing. Thank you so much for your incredible support. I was all right today, and then getting ready for the stream put me in a rock foul mood with the audio monitor not working and the members bot broken and fucking... Oh... I'm lucky to do this job. What I say to myself every night when we go to bed. Tomorrow we're doing this job again. We've got 2 more shows for you tomorrow. Tomorrow at 1:30 we're going to talk to Tom, look at his winning World Eaters list for the RTT he went to on Sunday. He could talk us through how it works, what's in it, etc. I'm looking forward to that one. And then 7:30 in the evening is a live game of 40k. It's the launch of Tournament Tuesdays. It's supposed to be me playing Paddy. But Tournament Tuesdays is kind of Joe's idea, so I'm inclined to let Joe play. I'll talk to him in the morning, only because it is Tournament Tuesdays, which means I'll be on the deck. Wednesdays, we're back with a Warhammer show at 7:30 in the evening. Thursdays is another Liam and Joe show and a live game of 40k in the evening. Fridays, we have a friend here, so I'm unsure whether we'll be streaming After Dark on Friday. I need to see at what time he's getting here and whether it's a possibility or not. So I'm not going to make that promise now. But I'll warn you off now. We have a friend coming down, so it's possible. Who knows? Big smile, Liam. You make Liam a smile goal. We did, yeah. This is as much as you'll get for now, Andy. All right. I appreciate you all. You're all amazing people. If you haven't already, please make sure you smash that like button. For reference, we hit member goal, we hit super chat goal, we hit like goal, we hit all the goals, Luce.
All the goals.
All the goals, and that's because chat are.
Best chat.
Best chat. You people are incredible humans. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow on the Liam and Joe show. If not, we'll see you in the next one.